What's poppin', OCAD? Today we are here with.
Douglas Free.
So, Douglas, would you mind telling us a bit about what program you're in and what your project is here at Grad?
My program is Sculpture and Installation, and my project is Remembrance, a Gathering of Stories.
So, tell us a little bit about that. Would you be able to describe it for us and
For sure, yeah. As soon as you walk into the Ada Slate Gallery, you'll see three busts. All of them are of some family members that have passed in the last 5 years. And on the wall just beside them is a bunch of photos, some projects that they used to work on. Like, I have a very creative family, so I got a lot of wood carvings and a lot of jewelry that my father made.
So, would you mind talking a bit about how art has, I guess, healed you over these last couple of years, or how you viewed this project to yeah.
Yeah. Like, being able to just be present with them and their faces, especially all of the busts are sculpted with candid photos. The whole point of the project is about memorializing people that wouldn't normally get a memorial. You know, most of the time, people who get statues made of them are really wealthy or important in society, and I suppose, in a certain point of view, my folks were important in their communities. Both my parents have schizophrenia. My grandfather had schizophrenia. My grandmother was a big advocate for people living with schizophrenia in the city. She was one of the people who petitioned to get the suicide prevention rails up on the Bloor Bridge. So, big impact in her community, and just being able to share those stories with people who didn't know them, and for people who did know them to come and see them and reflect on how they impacted them. I just thought it was really important.
Yeah. I think it's also really touching how you mentioned that you come from a family of really creative people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really really powerful how you were able to use this project to honor their legacy in a way, and even kind of in a way continue what they were doing in certain aspects. So how has your experience here at OCAD in your program, how has it come to shape you as an artist? What are some of the most impactful things that you've learned here?
For sure, yeah. OCAD really teaches you how to produce quickly, just because the pressures of how school works in general, but also to develop your thoughts more, be more thoughtful about how you make work. I think overall, what I came into school looking for was to learn more technique. What I came out with was learning how to express my thoughts better, for sure.
Okay. So what are some of your biggest inspirations as an artist? I know for this particular piece, a lot of it was memories, honoring the people who you've lost in your life. But were there any other major inspirations in terms of artists, or even in terms of life and philosophy when it comes to your art?
Yeah, absolutely. I really do believe that art is closely connected with healing. A lot of artists are hurt people, that's how they express themselves. And I think it's such a powerful way to heal.
Do you have any advice for younger students who might be trying to get where you're at?
Absolutely, yeah. I think it was when I was first here, it was really hard to find community. Everybody's just so tired and so in their business, they really want to get their work done. But I think it's really important to cultivate community in your little cohort, right? Especially if you're in a small program like sculpture, you're really going to want to keep up with your other sculpture people, right? And experiment. You'll be really surprised when you come up with a new material. It's really important to learn life sculpture with Francis specifically, prof here. It's
Shout out Francis.
Yeah, legit. I learned the most technique from all three of his life studies classes. I don't think I would have been half the sculptor I am today without those.
Okay. So what's next for you? What's next for you once you, now that you're done, finished up with your OCAD journey, what's next for your career, do you think?
I'm definitely going to rest, and then after that, I really want to get into an art therapy school. it's kind of combining a lot of the skills that I have already, and just like growing up with parents with schizophrenia, you really learn to cultivate skills to work with people and be empathetic. And just like my whole family, we're all artists, right? So it's natural that I come and combine those two things, like art, mental health, go together. Just made sense to me.
All right, that's sick. Thanks for watching, guys.